Let's say this in a way that feels real. We like to believe that nice people don't care about status, and that if everyone is kind, that there's no pecking order. But that's not how humans work. Even in the most polite friend groups, there's still a hierarchy. It's just not loud. It's not obvious. It's more quiet, subtle, and harder to call out. In groups built around the good, thoughtful, considerate people, the ranking system isn't about who's the richest or who's the funniest. It's about who seems the most selfless. The person who always checks in, the one who never forgets birthdays, the one who offers help before anyone else even asks, the one who stays calm when others get upset. Over time, that person becomes emotionally central, not because they demand power, but because everyone feels slightly indebted to them. And here's the part that no one says out loud. When you're the most selfless person in the room, you quietly gain influence. If someone is always the bigger person, always the forgiver, always the pacemaker, it becomes socially dangerous to challenge them. Because if you push back, it looks like you're attacking the good one. So their opinions start carrying extra weight, not officially, just socially within that group. That's the top of the nice people hierarchy, the morally untouchable. And then there's another type, the strategically nice person. These people understand how the group works. They volunteer at the right times. They side with whoever seems emotionally important. They avoid open conflict, but still shape outcomes. They don't look controlling, but they know exactly when to speak and when to stay quiet. They're playing social chess while smiling. Then you have the genuinely conflict avoidant nice people. They don't want power, they just want peace. They go along with whoever seems strongest emotionally. They apologize easily. They smooth things over. They keep things stable. But they're not steering anything. And then there's the person who's mostly kind but sometimes blunt. The one who sets boundaries. The one who says, actually, that kind of bothered me. Ironically, in a group that values niceness above all else, that person can rank the lowest. Because consistency matters. One sharp moment can outweigh years of kindness in a culture that worships harmony. You can see the hierarchy most clearly when conflict happens. So watch who automatically gets the benefit of the doubt. Watch whose feelings matters the most. Watch who everyone else rushes to protect. That's the real center of power. What makes this tricky is that no one talks about it. The whole system depends on pretending that there is no system. If the nicest person admitted that they know that they hold social leverage, it would ruin the illusion, so it stays unspoken. There's also something else going on. Resentment. When people feel like they can't disagree without looking mean, they don't confront, they just withdraw. They gossip privately. They slowly distance themselves. On the surface, everything looks peaceful. But underneath the surface, people are ranking each other constantly. Being nice isn't fake, but it isn't neutral either. The person who controls the emotional tone of a group controls more than they actually realize. If you decide what counts as good behavior, you quietly decide who belongs in the group and who doesn't. So the hierarchy inside nice people isn't who smiles the most, it's about who defines what kindness means and who benefits from that definition. And this is the reason why polite environments can sometimes feel more tense than openly competitive ones. In competitive spaces, you know who's in charge. In nice spaces, you feel it, but you're not allowed to say it out loud. And that's the unspoken part.